Hey guys, before we start with the foot, I will show you the last 2 rows of the heel. The last 2 stitches are the stitches from the top of the foot, so we have actually reached the end of the heel stitches. I now turn and purl the last back row. The first stitch is a double stitch and then purl until you get to the last double stitch. Purl the double stitch through the back loops and then purl the last heel stitch. Turn and make one last double stitch. After this, we will knit in rounds again and only use knit stitches. The double stitch is also knitted as usual. Knit the last double stitch. Continue knitting until the foot is as long as it needs to be for your shoe size. The 2 stitches before and after the heel stitches will stay on the heel needles until we start knitting the toes. That way we make sure that there won't be any gaps between the heel and the top of the foot. I have now finished the foot of my sock off camera. Before we start knitting the toes, we will slip the last 2 stitches of the first needle back onto the second needle and the first 2 stitches of the fourth needle back onto the third needle. I now have 15 stitches on each needle. Knit until you get to the last 2 stitches of the first needle. We will decrease at the end of the first and the third needle and at the beginning of the second and the fourth needle. Knit 2 stitches together. At the beginning of the second needle, slip 1 stitch as if to knit, knit a stitch and pass the last stitch over. Now knit until you get to the last 2 stitches of the third needle. Again, knit 2 stitches together. As on the second needle, slip 1 stitch as if to knit, knit a stitch and pass the last stitch over. Then knit the rest of the needle. As usual, we won't decrease in every round, but instead alternate the rounds with decreasing with rounds of knit stitches in which we don't decrease. After the first round of decreasing, I will decrease once in every 4th round, then twice in every 3rd round, 4 times in every 2nd round, and then 6 times in every round. After that, I will have 8 stitches in total, which is when I will use the Kitchener stitch to close up the toes. This is what my finished sock looks like. To knit the second sock, you only have to pull on the same yarn strand until it gets yellow again, and then repeat the same procedure for the second sock. I hope you enjoyed this video series. If you have any ideas or questions, please leave a comment below. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching.